Okay, so I'll get through this as quickly as we can so everybody can be on their way. Okay, so we did a lot this week, right? We did a ton. And get that out of the way. And so we have, but we can, I think we did a decent job, but we can always do better. So I would really love it if everybody, and we'll send an email out so you don't have to remember this URL right now, but it would be really great if everybody could fill out the survey. And I think the deadline is going to be August 18th. But so if you could fill out the survey and give us your feedback, then we'd be really appreciative. Also, just to remind all of you that we do have all of the videos from this week, except for today, but today's will be uploaded in the next 24 hours. And they're all on our Sagan Summer Workshop YouTube channel. And you can see now this gives us the last 10 years of Sagan Summer Workshop. So if you really liked this one, you can go back and look at the other topics that we've had also. All right, so I want to say thank you to a lot of people. This is pretty much a year-long effort. The science fairs team here will take a few weeks off from thinking about summer workshops, but by the end of August, we're thinking about the topic for next year and putting together the SOC and starting this whole process all over again. So it takes a village. So to start, I want to thank the SOC. Here's a couple of our SOC members. And anyway, so they helped to put together, the agenda and the speakers and everything. I really, really, really want to thank the team, right? So I said at the very beginning on Monday, they did all the work, right? I'm standing here, but I think it's because mostly they don't want to. But they do all the work. And so I want to give a very big round of applause to the team. So and the names are in order because there's two people that you haven't seen this week, and that is Melanie and Megan. And they have been our eyes and ears for all the attendees at home. And they've been monitoring things remotely from down the street in our building on campus. So I, don't want to forget them. Thank them very much. You guys have seen everybody else here. So yes, so thank you to the team. Okay, and there are lots of other people behind the scenes. So folks at IPAC-NExScI is part of IPAC. For those of you being supported, you want to be very nice to Frank and Mary because they are doing your travel reimbursements. And then we also had Teresa. Oh no, did I get that right? Yeah, it's Frank and Mary. Yeah, okay. All right, Teresa and Nancy, we're also here helping with food and everything. Frank was at the registration desk pretty much every morning almost every morning. And then for our folks, our IT folks behind the scenes, Pina was here most of the days. Alex was here a few days. Wendy was here the first day. And Niles does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for us. We also have the Caltech folks. This is not our building. We have to be very nice and follow all the rules for the people that were who this is their building. And of course, Rebecca Rose, who made all of this setup possible, all the hybrid stuff. She made it work. So thank you to her. Okay, also thanks to the speakers. So that includes all of the speakers. That also includes those of you who did poster pops here. And I don't know if Michael's here, but I want to thank, I put Michael here. He did a poster pop too, but he was one of our guest tweeters this week, and we got a decent amount of engagement through Twitter or X or whatever the heck it's called these days, whatever Elon's doing. So let's see. So thank you very much. And also, of course, for the hands-on session leaders. You have no idea how much work this is. I have no idea how much work this is. I went to the meetings to try to organize these things, but they did all the work. So I think we should give a really big hand also to the leaders of the hands-on sessions. So yes, so thank you very much. And they stayed through the whole thing to be able to give everybody feedback. So thank you very much for that. And then this year, We had 60 helpers, both here in the room and online. There were certainly some helpers that helped more people than others. But and you know who you are, and we know who you are, so thank you so very much. These are not possible. Everybody knows how many questions they had, right? In doing these. And so this wouldn't be possible without the help of all of these volunteers. So we asked for volunteers, and they stepped in and helped. So again, thank you very, very much. Could not do this without you. Also, thank you to all of you, right? If you weren't here, this wouldn't be a thing. If you weren't online, this wouldn't be we wouldn't be doing hybrid, which would make our lives easier, but that's okay. We really want to make sure that the community is as involved as possible, and we want to help. So let's see what else. Oh, so if you had a good time and you learned something from the workshop, go ahead and tweet about it or put it on social media. You can use the hashtag Sagan 2023. The Slack will still be open, so you can keep interacting there. The posters are on our website and in Gather. Gather, I think, is closing soon, but the posters you can get to all the posters on the website also. So look at the website. Excuse me. You can, let's see, we already said this. So we took the in-person picture. If you weren't here and you missed it, but you still want to be part of the class photo, then we have a submission site. And so you can find that in the links in Slack. And again, fill out the survey. Okay, so this was some of the tweeting. So we did have our 2 guest tweeters, and so they took over our IPAC Twitter accounts. And so, but we also had other people. This is just a small fraction of the tweets that I saw this week, and I think this one's my favorite right here. Saying, it just makes me so happy that this workshop exists, and so that made me really happy. Okay. All right, so quick word from our sponsors. So first, I want to say thank you to Heising Simons. This is a free workshop, right? You did not have to pay a registration fee to be here today. And nobody had to pay a registration fee to be online either. And so yet we still had an opening reception and coffee and things like that. How did we do that? Because we're not allowed to spend federal money on food. So we did that because the very gracious folks at Heising Simons gave us some funding in order to be able to do this. So we thank them very much. And then of course NexScI, that's who we work for. And so you're gonna just learn a little bit more about NexScI in the next few minutes, and then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. So NexScI doesn't just put on the Sagan Summer Workshop. We host the NASA Exoplanet Archive and the ExoFop. Those two. So the Exoplanet Archive, I think I mentioned at the very beginning, it's the official. We keep the official planet count for NASA, exoplanet count for NASA. This is the premier exoplanet database. It has confirmed planets and candidates. We're up to almost 5,500 exoplanets right now, which is amazing. There's a whole host of planetary system solutions in there. It has all the Kepler K2 and test candidates, all the Kepler high-level data products, and it's got a whole bunch of tools that lets you work with the data. Our newest one, I think it's in the beta version now. It's a new exoplanet spectroscopy visualization environment. So you can go to NexScI's website and check this out, or just go to the website here, Exoplanet Archive at .ipac.caltech.edu. Sibling service is the exoplanet, is the ExoFop. All of the data here is contributed by the community. And it has over 70,000 observations and over 1 million files, data, and notes that are uploaded by users. So if you're interested in a particular object or planet, you can go here and see what people have put in about it. So you could see all sorts of information. Okay. Also, if you are interested in getting time on a 10-meter telescope, we are your conduit to that. NASA has about 47 nights per semester split between the two telescopes on the Keck telescopes in Mauna Kea, Hawaii. And if you are at a U.S. institution, you can be a PI. It doesn't matter what your nationality is, as long as you're at a U.S. institution. If you are not at a U.S. institution, you can be a COI. So find somebody at a U.S. institution to work with. The proposals, NASA does space-based science, but it does ground-based science when it supports either NASA strategic goals or their space-based missions. So you have to put in something, your proposal is evaluated both on the science, but also on the strategic nature of what you're proposing to do. So, so anyway, all of that is in the call. We've got lots of different types of observations you can apply for: twilight, cadence, target of opportunity. We also right now have key strategic mission support proposals open. These are very big programs that have to directly support a NASA flight mission. The notices of intent are required but non-binding. They are due August 16th. Proposals themselves for these key strategic mission support proposals and regular general observer and regular mission support proposals, they're all due September 14th. So check out the website. If you have questions, let me know. I'm the point person on this. It's a dual anonymous proposal review process. So you don't know who the reviewers are. The reviewers don't know who you are. And so we do that. NASA does that for most of its programs these days. We also have a Cycle 3 joint JWST NASA Keck program. So if you're applying for a JW Cycle 3 time and you think Keck can directly help that program, then you should check out this joint proposal call. And again, just let me know if you have questions. Oh, and people get, we do give out a little bit of financial support for successful PIs. And finally, because most of you are early career, I am the Sagan lead for the NASA Hubble Fellowship Program. I'm actually really happy to see so many NHFP and mostly classic Sagan fellows this week. Kevin gave a talk earlier today. I happened to see you. Kevin was a NASA Sagan fellow. Emily Rocher. I don't know. There were a whole bunch of people here this week. So anyway, if you are nearing the end of your PhD or within 4 years of getting your PhD, then you are eligible to apply. You can be from anywhere. You have to serve your 3-year tenure as a fellow in the US at a US institution. And the call for applications for that will be open just after Labor Day, so early September. And the applications will be due November 2nd with letters due a week later. Again, if you have questions, let me know. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programs. A lot of you have asked for letters of attendance. So I think as of 4 o'clock today, I didn't double check because I was up here. The website to request that letter is open. If it's not, it will be very soon. So you can go there and request a letter of attendance. However, starting next week, a lot of this team is on vacation, as you might expect. So please give us a little while to get you your letter. All right, remember to submit your headshot, and Slack will remain open if you're still working on the hands-on sessions, because you could do that whenever. And if you have questions, please look in the Slack to see if it's already been answered. We can't guarantee that the leads or the helpers are really going to be looking at this now that the meeting's done. But you can still post a question there. We just can't guarantee if it's going to be answered or not afterwards. But there were a lot of questions asked, so hopefully the answer is there. All right, so tomorrow, I know a lot of you who signed up for this also signed up for the Excalibur workshop tomorrow. That is happening here in this room. You'll see Ellen again. You'll see David Ciardi. You probably won't see me because I will be asleep. This is a workshop. So you heard Giovanna Tonetti talked about Ariel and the Ariel mission and the case instrument on that mission. And so this is the pipeline that is going to be used to work with the data coming from that that instrument and that mission. So if you want to learn more about it, how to use it, it's about half day. Even if you didn't sign up, if you're here, I think this ends at like noon or 1 tomorrow. You are welcome to come and sit and listen in, or listen in on Zoom. It's the same Zoom link also for tomorrow. But remember, there's no coffee and nothing on campus opens until 1 o'clock. So, all right. So this was shown earlier in the week. This was the last time we held an exoplanet atmospheres workshop. There were 101 people registered for that workshop. That's it, just 101. With permission, I stole Yamila's slide where she actually identified people who were there, who are also here this week. And I will note that every single one of these people that are noted here who were attendees there were either on the SOC or speakers at this workshop, right? So you know what that means? That means when we do this workshop on exoplanet atmospheres the next time in, I don't know, 5-10 years, many of you may be speaking. So so you're the future, right? A lot of the speakers mention that, and I will reinforce that. So you know, you're really the future. We're really happy that you could be here this week, and we hope you got a lot out of it. And I think with that, yep, that's it. So thank you very much, everybody.